again, we've had, in the last 2 years, some really differences as far as the effects on the rates. And again, when it's wet, there's no usage, and when it's dry, there's, we shut them off and tell them they can't use it, and all of a sudden we run short on revenue because we're not selling any water. But we're still buying it from Andover. So it really is quite a balancing act that we're trying to achieve here. But we did adjust rates, a couple of years ago, to better reflect the cost of operating the enterprise. And again, it hasn't quite worked itself through yet as a result of the two extremes that we've had in these last 2 seasons. So, but I agree. But if we're going to do something like that on the replenishing those funds, I think it should be a temporary increase. With a definitive, once the money's been made up, it goes away.
Yep.
Those are some ideas you take back to the commission.
Definitely.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, just a thing you want me to remind you about?
Oh, yes.
The Veterans Day.
All right. They're asking at the ceremonies for someone to deliver the town proclamation and remarks. I've done it sometimes, and as chair, and Joe Vino, who was when he was on the board, liaison to the Veterans Committee, has done it. So if someone want to do that, basically it's been limited to reading the proclamation.
Right.
And, just a welcoming comment, not a Memorial Day speech or anything.
I don't mind doing it.
I'd be more than glad to do it.
Who's the liaison to the Veterans on Board?
That would be I, but,
That would be you?
yeah, but just a senior on the board.
No, 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 you're the liaison?
Oh, yeah. All right.
There you go.
I will
And of
take
course,
care
all the board members are invited to the ceremony. It is at 11 o'clock on a day that some people work, so it's understandable.
It's at the Veterans Memorial on top of the hill.
Right.
Yeah, on top of the hill.
And then, just a question about our meeting on the 25th, is that, it's at the,
Oh, yeah, so that got resolved today too, I guess. It's going to be we're meeting with the school committee at 7:30.
oh, it's 7:30, I had it down, it's earlier than that.
At 7:30, they've got a report from the student representative and some principal report, so my bet is that it will be lucky if it gets started at 7:30. Maybe that's not the case, because the candidates, of which I believe there's 3, are invited to the meeting for the purposes of answering questions, similar to what we did when we had the joint meeting with the CPC a while ago, before you got on the board, Michael.
And I'm sorry, this is what day again?
Monday, the 25th.
This is next Monday.
This is for the,
At which point, then, there will be a roll call vote to appoint a replacement for Mr. Sweeney, who has resigned as the regional school committee. Now, that term runs until November of 2012. And it's different because the election for the regional school committee is in the normal state election cycle. And the reason for that is that committee member has to run in all of the communities. He's got to be on the ballot of all the communities that represent the Vogue School.
He or she.
He or she.
do they all come up together? They don't all come up together, they're staggered though, right? Is that what
I
I
think
remember?
that's
They're all
it.
together.
All
I think
together?
they're all together.
Yeah, when you see the ballot
Are they all
in 2
listed? I
years,
don't,
for
yeah.
every member community, there's
I don't
position.
remember it.
As a matter of fact, if you review the town election, the state election warrant, you'll see vacancies for regional school committee, because those were timely. There were 2.
Okay.
There are 2 vacancies, I think one for Stone and maybe one for Melrose that will be on the state ballot. And, but they were in time to put them on this ballot
Right.
to fill the unexpired terms.
And did we get copies of the,
Yes,
They're-
the applicants.
packet.
Yeah, they're in there.
They're in tonight's pack.
all right, okay.
So it's
So,
7:30.
What I would recommend is that you contact these individuals, because there's only going to be a few minutes of questioning, I suspect, at the meeting. So, if you want to talk to any of these people, I'd chase them down before next Monday night.
Now, I happen to know one of the
Otherwise, you might
applicants.
be there all night.
So, do I have to abstain from, okay, good.
And keep in mind that this appointment goes through 2012, and the individual, then has to run for reelection. So you might ask the question whether they will run again, or whatever. With that,
Just a reminder, we need to sign those plans before we
right,
leave.
Yep.
so we can adjourn.
Right.
Do we have the right pens for that?
Yes.
Okay, so, at this point,
Make a motion.
everybody's finished. Barbara, do you have anything else you want to bring?
Now, maybe just a reminder that as you go forward and you're planning your discussions on town meeting, as would commonly refer to it as April town meeting, and I think we need to start adjusting our thoughts to just say the annual town meeting, because based on this legislative act, that will probably occur in June. And as you're planning your thought pattern and scheduling, to think along those lines.
It'll take us a while to get off.
Spring
Yeah,
town meeting,
it
it'll still be
will.
spring.
How
Spring.
quickly do they let us know?
I think they will regard the town meeting vote as the will of the people, I believe. So as soon as we get this to our legislators, I'm sure the town administrator will be forwarding it to Brad upon his return, your vote, together with the certified copy of the article, and they'll take it up, and
I don't,
We won't,
it's,
we won't find out,
Well-
we won't find out,
it'll take time
Find out in
depending
May.
on their schedule.
yeah, like that
legislative,
police thing we got.
schedule.
But,
If in fact, the sales tax is set back to 3%, I suspect that this may sit in limbo for a while. They'll be doing more important things from their point of view. So we do have time, we don't, as long as we get an answer before the beginning of the year, there's plenty of time.
because you're still scheduled to set the date of the town meeting in January, at a public
Right.
hearing in January
Right.
still, so.
Yeah, if we don't.
Right.
If they don't take action by then, we have to just continue on.
Right, and we'll do what we did last year, in worst case, so, depending on, what's going on. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make it,
Make it.
I made it.
That actually
Right.
stays.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Put it back in there.
Karen,
Fill it
Linda.
out again.
These have all the forms that we went through and all the
Thank
notes
you.
on it.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous?
Be right back.
Greg must drag things out. We're out here pretty early tonight.
As I said, Barbara